In 2012, a Burger King employee posted a photo to 4chan of someone standing in 2 tubs of lettuce. Figuring he was protected by the anonymous nature of 4chan, he thought no consequences would incur. But 4chan users have a way of investigating, and they found the restaurant location, resulting in him getting fired. 5 years later, YouTuber Chills turned it into a huge meme.
Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus.
And the story became extremely widespread. But for 12 years, the actual identity of the guy who submerged his feet into the lettuce was unknown to the public. That was until the turn of the new year, when the man behind Burger King foot lettuce revealed himself. It was a summer's day, July 16th, in Mayfield Heights, Ohio. If you wanted to get a Burger King menu item with lettuce on it, you should have thought twice. "This is the lettuce you eat at Burger King," the anonymous user wrote. He stood directly in the lettuce bins with shoes on, which I'm sure were covered in bacteria. Now, 4chan may sometimes let gore and all kinds of deviant shit slide, but no one wants their food messed with, and people were disgusted. It didn't even take 10 minutes until someone in the thread replied, "Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124. Mr. Foot Lettuce didn't remove the EXIF data attached to the photo, and not only did it reveal the location it was taken, but the time as well. 7:13 p.m. People alleged that they emailed local news stations and called the Burger King, informing the manager of the incident. On July 18th, news broke of the culprit being fired. Burger King employee believed to be in disturbing lettuce picture is fired. Burger King fires lettuce stomping employee outed by 4chan. Lettuce defiling Burger King employee located using EXIF data fired. My favorite line by far, amongst all the articles reporting on it, is 4chan users apparently disturbed by the prospect of shoe dirt in their Whoppers. It was actually 3 employees that were terminated, so not only the guy who put his feet in the lettuce, but the accomplices too. According to a supervisor with the Cuyahoga County Board of Health, a restaurant manager had done a routine check of the food the day after the foot lettuce, and realized the lettuce was dirty. However, she threw it away and claimed no contaminated lettuce was served to customers. This clarification, understandably, still didn't make the occurrence sit right with anyone, and the location's reviews immediately took a hit. The lettuce on my burger tasted like feet and dirt. But years passed, and I'm sure the story would have completely faded into obscurity if it wasn't for Chills' 2017 video, Top 15 Mysteries Solved by 4chan.
But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
It went viral, and as someone who was in high school at the time of this, I couldn't tell you how many times I heard my friends recite Burger King foot lettuce my freshman year.
The last thing you want in your Burger King burger is someone else's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Chills uploaded this on November 11th, 2017, which was terrifyingly enough 7 years ago. Burger King foot lettuce had more or less become a distant memory that would usually just be brought up as a callback of sorts or the occasional meme. It was completely out of the blue when user Epic Alex Time posted to the Ask Me Anything subreddit on December 31st, 2024. "I'm the real guy behind the infamous Burger King foot lettuce meme. 12 years later, I'm here to tell my story. AMA." He went further into detail. "Back in 2012, I was working at a Burger King when a friend took a photo of me standing in a tray of lettuce in the kitchen as a joke. The incident got me fired, but no legal action was taken. For over a decade, I kept quiet about my identity, trying to move on and work in food service without the stigma of being that guy. But now, after years of reflection and a bit of teasing, I'm ready to share my side of the story. I knew I had to make a video on the identity of Mr. Foot Lettuce. So I filled up my Gamer Subs shaker with lean, my favorite flavor, and got to work. use code SomberToboggly for 10% off. I was a bit skeptical at first. However, Alex made a video explaining everything where he showed his Mayfield yearbooks, and after getting into contact with him, he provided me with some more information that I can't plaster on my channel because his privacy is important, but I am confident in saying this is the foot lettuce guy. First and foremost, the critical question: did he serve the lettuce? User Cordyceps commented, "Hello, Burger King foot lettuce guy. My grudge against you has no grounds if you never served people said lettuce, and this wasn't something you always did. We all do stupid things when we are kids without thinking about it." Alex addressed the obvious, that anyone who did this would say that they didn't serve the lettuce, but he says he genuinely didn't. Many people know who he is, and he wouldn't reveal himself if he had actually served it. He also thinks legal action would have been taken if the security footage had shown that it wasn't thrown out. He's hid from the whole thing for a while, but after realizing the meme wouldn't ever fully die down, he's accepted that it's cemented in internet history. Multiple people wanted to know why he did it in the first place, but the answer is simple. "I was an idiot, LOL," he said. And Alex wasn't even who posted the picture, it was his friend who just wanted to troll people. They are still best friends to this day. User Such Cows asked, "What was your reaction after the meme blew up?" He replied, "I thought my life was over. I was convinced I was going to jail. Even though I threw the lettuce out after the photo was taken, when you're all over the news, all logic goes out the window." Users were curious if anyone ever figured out that it was him, or if he's ever been recognized, but only his family, friends, and their friends knew. Some Mayfield Heights residents also put the pieces together and assumed it was him. Mutual friends would meet him and be like, "Hey, you're the foot lettuce guy," and he used to be very embarrassed and ashamed about it. When asked what the nastiest thing done to food aside from foot leaves, he shared a story about serving a burger with like 4 inches of mayo on it. The guy wanted extra and I gave him extra. Apparently, it wasn't enough. So I put an absurd amount of mayo on it. That was probably the worst thing I actually served. That was mean. Cartwheel76 brought up the aforementioned dirty lettuce in the news article, and Alex said, "It's interesting that they reported finding dirt on the lettuce, considering not only did I throw it out, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't officially fired until it was on the news. Perhaps it was stated so they didn't look bad by not being aware of it." I Don't Know About This asked, "Do you think you look like somebody that would stand in lettuce?" He responded with, "Absolutely." Like I said, he made a video on the story. 2 of his friends already worked at Burger King, and after he graduated high school in 2012, he was looking for a job. They helped him land one there.
Burger King, your restaurant manager and your franchisee are glad you chose to join the Burger King team. You and your fellow crew members are Burger King.
3 teenage friends working together can be a recipe for disaster, and they were always doing dumb shit on the clock.
298 frozen patties later.
Jump to the day of the incident. He was prepping lettuce to put in the bins, which is when he, on a whim, decided to stand in them to make his friends laugh. One of them took a picture with a Samsung Juke phone, then they threw the lettuce away, finished up their shift, and went home. Days later, when his friend, unbeknownst to him, posted it to 4chan, he called him frantically, saying they found their location and were contacting news stations. Both of them were freaking out.
I'm gonna go to jail. It's over.
The next morning, it made the news. His grandma was literally watching it, and she asked him, "Don't you work there?" And he was like, "Yeah, damn, that's crazy." I don't think he ever explicitly came clean to her, but I mean, if your grandson works there, then mysteriously loses his job, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together. He picked up his last paycheck, and the manager was surprisingly understanding, and told him she'd be a reference if he needed one in the future. Considering he didn't serve the lettuce, he mainly feels bad about getting other people fired, and how all these years later, people leave bad reviews and call the location. He apologized to Burger King and pleaded to not sue him.
Please don't sue me. I'm a poor man, my life is terrible, you won't get anything.
He didn't come forward until now because back in 2012, everyone was very mad about it and obviously thought the lettuce was served and that it was just some asshole contaminating people's food. After it became a meme, he felt more inclined to reveal himself. After the fiasco, he went on to work at Domino's for nearly a decade and was a general manager at Taco Bell. He also pursued DJing and music production for a few years. Unfortunately, he's been out of work due to his disability that's caused seizures. He said that he's tried working while having them, but the seizures kept resulting in injuries. Sadly, he's fractured and broken bones over the years, and it's damaged his teeth. He's been looking for remote work and is wanting to turn his foot lettuce story into a channel that does deep dives on internet culture. The name is Epic Alex Time, so if that's your kind of thing, go check it out. The initial outrage made complete sense. You see someone's feet in lettuce, and they say it's what you eat at Burger King, you aren't going to be happy about it. But as it turns out, it wasn't what anyone got, and it was dumb teenagers having their version of fun. Of course, no one should stomp lettuce on the job, but it was nice to know there wasn't malicious intent behind it, and that the 4chan post was just his friend trolling. What a piece of internet history. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a quick one, but I didn't want to drag it out because everyone knows the tale of Burger King foot lettuce, but no one knew who was behind it. Thank you to Alex for helping me out with this video, and thank you